Hello and welcome back to Fallout New Vegas. Last episode we continued to look for the stuff for the cook in Camp McCarran. We took down the 3 fiends. We went over to Bitter Springs and tried to help them out, only to discover that completing the mission loses reputation with the Great Khans. So we discovered Red Rock Canyon in order to build up reputation with them, and now we're going to complete this mission. And finally we went over to Jacobstown and learned about the problems super mutants and Nightkin are facing. Quite the episode. But now that my reputation is a little bit better with the Great Khans, I think I can travel over here and let Boone put one down. Without much issue. There you go.
Fine by me.
Let's see, vision battery. Hold the sensor modules. Actually forget what the meme item I gave to Boone was. I think it might be sensor modules. I forget. So in Fallout New Vegas news, especially when it comes to speedrunning, apparently a new strategy was discovered. A YouTuber by the name of Tomato Anus, yes, that is actually his name on YouTube, made a video on it, and what it involves is shooting a grenade rifle from the Gunrunners DLC up in the air and then performing another sort of little trick at the exact right time when the grenade thing lands and cripples your leg or whatever. And that will cause your character to literally, just fly across the map like a plane, as long as you're constantly, quick saving and quick loading. But it's apparently shaved off like a minute or two from the speedrun, lowered the world record, and it's just incredible that new speedrun glitches and tactics are always being discovered. Even as old as this game is, people are learning new things about it, finding all these different little cheats and secrets and tricks, and that new glitch was discovered completely by accident. It wasn't intentionally sought out. And when it was initially discovered, it only worked a little bit and wasn't very consistent and caused the game to crash a lot. And in 3 days they managed to make a fairly consistent setup for the glitch that'll get them all across the map, discovering as many necessary locations as they can get. Just incredible.
Over here. Come on. Great Khan, looks like. Guess he fought at Bitter Springs. I saw it happen.
Wonder if this unlocks any dialogue. No. Sure hope I don't need this guy for the Great Khans won their missions. Come on, Boone, even I avoided that. No, it's just traveling in circles. See, pork and beans, hunting rifle, 308 rounds. Grab all of that. Oh, probably didn't want to take that. That seems like it's pretty heavy. Oh, should probably read this. Melee increased by 3. It's in miscellaneous. Oh. Weighs 10 fucking pounds, dude. Hold on. I really like the lime green. The scout would love this place. On the bright side, nothing popped up saying I failed a quest with a Great Khan, so that should mean that he's not necessary for any missions with them. I mean, he was being a prick anyways, killing a bunch of civilians. Great Khans will be better off without him. I do wonder what quest involves those supply caches, because I saw some in those mountains over there as well. There you are.
You're back. Any progress on saving our skins?
I've dealt with the attack on the camp. They won't be a problem anymore.
You did? Who was it? Any information you could give me would be a big help for my reports.
It was a Great Khan raider. He had a base camp in the cave up in the mountains. Kind of unfortunate he can't lie and help out the Great Khans.
Really? Well, this canyon used to be a Great Khan stronghold. I suppose that explains why he was able to evade us so easily.
Any idea why a Great Khan would be so far from Red Rock Canyon?
About 3 years ago, NCR's first recon launched an attack on the Khan encampment here. There was a communication mix-up that resulted in some non-combatants being killed. I guess he was still bitter about it. It was a tragic mistake, but we've done all we can to make amends.
Like what? Looks to me like the NCR ran the Khans out of Bitter Springs altogether.
We provided medical aid to the wounded, all the wounded, and permitted the Khans to resettle at Red Rock Canyon.
Well, it's taken care of now. He's dead.
I'm glad it's taken care of, but still, I wish it could have been resolved without violence. There's too much bad blood there already.
What can I do to help?
At this point, I'll take anything you can give me. We need more troops, fresh supplies, and medical relief.
Alright, Boone, anything to say
What is
about
it?
that?
What is it?
Guess not. The eternal question of will it hurt if I stand in the fire? That has been asked significantly more since the invention of video games than any other point in human history, has been answered with no. Now we're gonna head back to Jacobstown. And sorry for dragging you all the way over here.
What is it?
But
Alright. Guess I'll be around Novak for a while longer until I figure out what I want to do with myself. See you around.
think the audio is still glitched out a bit there. Yeah, I kind of dragged him all the way from here up to here, and now he's heading all the way down there.
Jimmy! Little Jimmy! My, how you're grown up! So good of you to come visit your grandma.
Who's Jimmy?
Oh, Jimmy, don't you go being silly now. Come over here and give your grandma some sugar.
I think you have me confused with someone else.
Oh, of course I have, dearie. How silly of me. I didn't take my medicine yet today. How can I help you?
What do you do in Jacobstown?
I watch over the bighorners. They're sweet, gentle creatures, but sometimes they get ornery, just like my grandkids.
I assume this is about something important? You're interrupting my research.
How goes your research on the Nightkin cure?
Promising, but I won't be able to synthesize the drug anytime soon. I really should get back to my work.
What are you working on?
The Nightkin have varying degrees of mental instability due to their addiction to stealth boy use. I've been trying to come up with a cure. I'm currently investigating the local Night Stalker population, since they seem to have developed a natural stealth field. I've also gotten my hands on a working Stealth Boy Mark II prototype, but that experiment is riskier. I'd rather not pursue that research just yet.
Alright, so if I have gone through this conversation in a previous video, feel free to skip ahead a bit. I'd like to help. What do you need me to do?
I'm not convinced that the Night Stalker mutation is a natural one, and I need someone to investigate their lair for proof. Some of the super mutants have looked around as well, but they've come back empty-handed. Perhaps a pair of fresh eyes will have better luck. Lily might be interested in coming with you. She's lost a few of her bighorners to Night Stalker attacks, and would enjoy a little revenge.
Alright, I'm not sure if I picked up that quest, and apparently I didn't. So let's bring Lily along. These bighorners aren't red tick marks.
Hello again.
I'm looking into a Night Stalker mutation. Want to come along with me?
Ooh, those Night Stalkers always killing my bighorners. It'll be nice to give them a piece of my mind.
Alright. Now we have to get up to that mountain over there, which is a very BS out of the way place to go. Gotta head out of the camp and walk all this distance. What I'm curious about is how the new glitch will affect the max percent runs, if anyone is thinking of doing any of those again. Because being able to zip around and discover a whole slew of locations, not all of them, because some locations the trigger to discover them is too close to the ground, but a lot of them should mean that, like, you just focus on discovering as many locations as you can, and then you do a bunch of fast traveling around every place. At least that's what I assume it would be. I don't know, I don't speedrun video games. I'm not cool enough. I'm gonna equip. Actually pretty good for handling Night Stalkers and other sort of wolf-like enemies. make an atomic cocktail if I want, but I think I will skip on that.
Get behind Grandma.
Sorry, Eddie. You know, honestly, if I just swing this around, I'll eventually hit these guys. Oh, crap. That one, like, every little thing hurts you. Oh, crap. Alright, so I think going this way has less Night Stalkers at the cost of needing to take a little dip in radiation. So I'll just go this way. And we will be able to do a whole lot better. Still two up here, but we can handle them. Everything is in super slow motion. Just freaking bullet time for these Night Stalkers. Grab this, let's skedaddle. Just gotta hug this right wall and we'll be good as home. And because I don't feel like walking all the way down, we'll use the good old fast travel. Some people don't like fast travel in video games. I think it has its purpose. Unless there's like a better way of getting across a giant map, more convenient way. I'd rather have fast travel than not have fast travel, even at the expense of immersion.
Is there something else I can do for you?
Found a chewed up stealth boy in the Night Stalker's lair.
There's still power, but the casing is cracked. I'm astonished that exposure to the stealth radiation could induce mutations so rapidly. More importantly, this explains why my research into this group of Night Stalkers hasn't come up with a cure for the Nightkin. There's only one avenue left for me. I need to run the Mark II test on Lily. It's the only way.
Why Lily and not some other Nightkin?
Lily is eccentric, certainly, but I've never felt she was dangerous. More importantly, she asked if she could help me in some way. I've told her about the risks, and she still insists on helping me.
What are the risks of the experiment?
Possibly immediate and permanent mental damage. There's a reason the Stealth Boy Mark IIs never got beyond the prototype stage. Lily already has a pre-existing condition, and the experiment will likely make things worse for her.
I'll talk to Lily then.
I'll be waiting.
Hello again, dear.
Do you still want to help Dr. Henry run his experiment?
Of course, dearie. I know it's dangerous, but it'll all turn out for the best. You'll see. I'll go to him now. It would be rude to keep him waiting.
The equipment is hooked up and ready. We can start the test as soon as you give me the go-ahead.
Why do I need to give you the go-ahead? Aren't you at liberty to start the test whenever?
Very well. Please stand back. I don't want any erroneous readings. You're welcome to stay and observe if you want, though. All right, power on the stealth boy, Lily.
Turning it on. Ugh. Feels strange. Strange but good.
Interesting. Try thinking aggressive thoughts now. Think about smashing a rad scorpion.
Ah, Lily smash! Yeah!
How are those readings looking, Calamity?
Stealth field is unstable and scrambling things. The reading says gamma wave activity is 0. But that can't possibly be right. Gamma wave activity is 0. That can't be right. Must be a result of the interference.
All right, we're done here. Go ahead and power the stealth boy down, Lily.
Oh, I liked having it on.
I'll get back to you on that in a moment, once I've analyzed the results. Uh-oh.
Well, well, congratulations on getting the Mark II prototype functional, Doctor. Now, just hand it over, and we'll be on our way. My request is perfectly reasonable. Give us the stealth boy specs, and there will be no need for us to splatter the room with your insides.
Speech AD. What you do in the wasteland affects all the mutants here. But you didn't think about that, did you?
No, I didn't. Not until now, anyway. Very well, human. You've made your point, and I withdraw my request. Someone's watching me. I can feel it.
Nice work with the Nightkin. I've never seen anyone able to talk their kind out of anything once they had their mind set to it. I got a lot of useful data from the experiment, and am a lot closer to a cure than before. It's occurred to me that this brief test might not yield a cure anytime soon. However, if Lily were to continue to wear the prototype... Power on the stealth boy, Lily.
Turning it on. Ugh. Feels strange. Strange but good.
Interesting. Try thinking aggressive thoughts. Uh-oh. Nice work with the Nightkin. I've never seen anyone able to talk their kind out of anything once they had their mind set to it. I got a lot of useful data from the experiment, and am a lot closer to a cure than before. It's occurred to me that this brief test might not yield a cure anytime soon. However, if Lily were to continue to wear the prototype...
Use neuropeptide stimulators on the Night Stalker brain. Results should be similar to a live brain.
That's brilliant. Simple yet elegant. I can't believe I didn't think of that.
Just casually read a magazine about coding and I'm suddenly an expert
Hello again, dear.
at neurology. What happened in that fight back there?
Oh, Pumpkin. Grandma's sorry about that. Sometimes she gets mad and listens to Leo when she really shouldn't. The medicine is supposed to help with that, but sometimes Grandma doesn't take it.
Why don't you take your medicine?
Sometimes it makes Grandma forget things she doesn't want to forget, Pumpkin.
Alright, I'll probably help her out a bit later. But for the moment, I'm going to go back and collect a boon. Not really sure what to do yet. Like, I can't do the Voltoin 2 one because I need the Brotherhood of Steel for that. But I don't want to do the Brotherhood of Steel mission until I go to... Oh, you're not Boone, get out of here. Until I go to the Repcon Museum.
I really hope that incident at Repcon doesn't drive people away. Novak was starting to do well.
And I I need a higher science stat for that. Because I need to pass speech checks with some robots. You in here, Boone? Hey.
Is it time?
Yep, let's
I'm
go.
ready when you are.
Has a red one going into his room, but he doesn't give a crap if I suddenly appear. Maybe this one will work. Haven't discovered Forlorn Hope yet, so I'll go do that right now. Has a lot of missions in it too, so not a bad idea. And might be officially time to start pissing off the Legion if I do go to Forlorn Hope. I just wanted to be careful because there was a few things to do in Cottonwood Cove. Actually, hold on, is this gonna take me around a Legion area? I know there's a Legion area very close to Forlorn Hope. I want Boone to get to trigger happy. Here we are. There you are. You're in NCR territory, dude. Calm yourself.
Hey, you're not one of the troopers. Got a second? I have work I need done and nobody here at the camp has the time or inclination to help me out.
What do you need help with?
I have the delightful task of tabulating stockpiles, kill ratios, mission success rates, radiation deaths, and other truly fascinating numbers. I've come across numerous inconsistencies between our numbers and our reports, especially with regards to intercepting hostiles. I'm wondering if our radio security codes have been compromised. I need someone to deliver security code upgrades to each of the ranger stations.
And now you know why I was seeking them out so much. What makes... let's see... Do you think there's someone listening to your broadcasts?
Less than a third of reported enemy sightings are getting intercepted. Either our intel is faulty, or our enemies are one step ahead of us.
You'd think the NCR would be very concerned about this sort of thing.
I've been trying to get someone to authorize this update, or at the least get field clearance to leave the camp and do this myself. But nobody takes me seriously. They just think I'm an incompetent desk jockey trying to glamorize the importance of my job.
I'll help. What do you need me to do?
This holotape contains the updated security codes for the ranger stations. Show it to the comm officers there. Once the new codes are in use, anyone still using the old codes will just hear static if they're listening in on our frequencies.
What do you do here?
I handle communications for Camp Forlorn Hope, compiling reports I've received from the rangers at Camp Golf as well as the brass at McCarran. Unofficially, I'm also in charge of radio security. No one else seems to take it as seriously as I do.
I'm glad to see you here. We could definitely use your help.
Captain Gills at Bitter Springs needs reinforcements. Can you spare any? Probably not.
I'll be honest. The Legion has me worried here, but I think I can spare some soldiers. Consider your request granted.
What do you need help with?
I've got the Legion at Nelson breathing down my neck and not enough men or supplies to get this camp into fighting shape so we can strike back.
And you're sending
I need
some
someone
out.
to talk to a few of the officers and help them resolve some of the problems around here. If I can get this place in order, then I can focus our efforts on taking back Nelson from the Legion. And the more that gets done around here, the more resources I'll be able to put into assaulting Nelson. Good. Let's not waste time then. Our biggest problems right now are supplies and troops, and the Legion is draining us both. Quartermaster Mays has been complaining to me non-stop about the lack of supplies. But unfortunately, we aren't getting a resupply anytime soon. I want you to speak with him and see if there's anything you can do for him. He took some skills to bring down that fiend. You done good.
Haven't I seen you before? Have you always been with 1st Recon?
Used to be a ranger. One of the first they sent out east back before we took the dam. Observation and reconnaissance. We took the lay of the land, checked out the locals, and kept ourselves inconspicuous. A couple friends of mine were the first to scout the dam. That was back in '73, if I recall. A lot of those rangers are dead now. Vegas always chewed men up. It's just a little more literal nowadays.
Why did you leave the Rangers?
Well, that wasn't really a matter of choice. Got myself caught by legionaries up near Malpay. They had themselves some fun with me. Mangled my hands and feet pretty good. Wasn't much good with the pistol after that. Wasn't gonna be trekking across the waste on any more long scouts either.
How'd you manage to escape Malpis?
Caesar's boys figured I wasn't going anywhere after what they'd done to me. So they didn't bother tying me up. I crawled out of there on my elbows and knees. Must have looked a sight. Then I rolled down an embankment into the Colorado. Guess I had a mind to drown rather than give Caesar's boys the satisfaction of killing me. But a couple of rangers happened to be watching from across the river. They jumped on in and pulled me out of there. Lucky break, they said.
Could've sworn I've talked to this guy before.
I heard you killed Driver in a fight. My team would have liked to get a shot at him, but we're still glad he's dead.
Could've sworn I talked to him too. Alright, where's Careful boys, that's Cazador. And you're named NPC, so you can't
really
die.
Don't have time to chatter right now.
Can I ask you some questions?
Shoot.
That was a grand conversation.
I didn't expect to see you here. What can I do for you?
How are things around camp?
The Legion has been hitting us pretty hard lately. Lots of casualties, not many people I can save.
Things look pretty rough in here.
Men have waged war on each other for countless centuries. Now is no different. People fight and die for what they believe in. I'm just here to patch them up so they can go on their merry way. Do no harm in all that.
Wait. So what you're saying is that war never changes. You seem to be handling it well.
I'm doing the best I can considering the poor situation I find myself in. There's barely enough equipment or medicine to handle the number of injuries we have. To make things worse, I think someone might be stealing my supplies.
What makes you think that?
The simple fact that I no longer have as many supplies as I should. I've been careful with them and I should have more than what remains. Unfortunately, I don't have time to go searching for the missing supplies since I have my hands full with injured soldiers.
I can look into this.
That would definitely be appreciated. You might want to ask around, and keep an eye out for anything suspicious. Unless it's urgent, you're going...
Alright. Need to find the supplies
really
first.
don't have time to chatter.
It's gonna be one of the generic NPCs. Maybe it's this guy.
I've heard of you. Did you figure on coming out here and helping us lowly troopers out?
Do you know anything about Dr. Richards' missing medical supplies?
Missing medical supplies? No, I don't know anything about that.
Dilated eyes, increased heart rate. I think you took the drugs.
What? Oh shit, how the fuck? Oh man, I'm in some deep shit now. Look, I can explain everything. Really, just give me a chance to explain.
This better be good.
Have you looked around? Have you seen what's going on here? What we're going through? This place is hell. I've seen all my friends butchered by the Legion in front of my very eyes. I can still hear their screams at night. All I wanted was a little escape, so I took some drugs to help me do that. Is that so bad?
What about the injured men that need this medicine?
I never I never thought about that. But look, I needed this. I needed to escape for just a little while. I needed this. So what happens now?
I want you to turn yourself in.
What? You want me to turn myself in? Why the hell should I do that?
It's better if you turn yourself in rather than me turning you in.
I guess you're right. I'll do the right thing and turn myself in.
I understand your situation, soldier, and I will try to do what I can to make this place better. But there's people out there who need that medicine more than you. Maybe afterwards you can be stationed somewhere else.
I've got a lot to do. Make it quick. I heard Private Stone turned himself in for stealing my medical supplies. You have my thanks.
Come idolized.
We won't go quietly. The Legion can count on that.
Hey, everybody, look who it is! Glad to have you here, friend. What can I do for you?
How's the morale doing?
Lower than a feral ghoul's IQ.
What's your assignment?
I've been placed in charge of morale. It's difficult trying to keep spirits up with the Legion nearby. In fact, there's more hope in wrangling Brahmin with my grandmother's stocking than inspiring these troopers.
So there's no hope in hope?
Ironic, isn't it? But it's understandable. The constant skirmishes take their toll on everyone in the end.
Wow, bringing up morale must be difficult.
I call that an understatement. But I can't complain. I'm not in the field as much as the others. I just stay here most of the day, coming up with activities to occupy the camp. Which reminds me of something I've been meaning to try. A killer competition to boost morale. Interested?
Alright.
Great. Since the camp is threatened by Legion, I propose a hunt. Kill any you encounter, and bring me the Legion's ear as proof. You get it? Legion ear?
That's hilarious. Did you think of it on your own? Did it take you a month?
Yep. Been waiting for a chance to use it. So can I count you in?
Alright.
Great. Don't be surprised if you're already last when you return. If I'm right, the troopers will use any excuse to slaughter Legion's scum. Can I help you with anything else? Look who we have here.
Alright. So, whenever I kill some legions...
Go quietly. The Legion can count on that.
What a pointless trip. Here I thought I'd get a shot at that junkie bastard.
I thought you should know Cook is dead. I knew I talked to some of these people before.
You killed him? Well, shit. Here I dreamed up this whole elaborate revenge fantasy. Didn't really think I'd do it, but as long as the tubby bastard was actually alive, I could pretend like I would. Here, I owe you. Take it and get out of here, before I indulge my inner bitch and spoil the moment.
Wish I'd gotten a bullet in that fiend. You a merc? Well, then I guess you want to talk to my... father, Major Daughtry. He's our CO.
Oh. Where's a 10 of spades? There's Betsy.
Wish I had a first recon guy looking after me.
Patrolling the Mojave almost makes you wish for a nuclear winter. I didn't expect someone as famous as you here. What can I do for you?
Major Pelodi sent me to help you out. Sounds like a Latin word. Like he should be with the Legion.
So, the Major has you running errands for him. Well, we're short on personnel as well as supplies, so we'll take all the help we can get.
How can I help you with your supply problem?
The Major let me send out some troops to gather supplies, but unfortunately they never returned. I'm guessing they ran into some trouble on the way. You can help by finding the troops and assisting them in bringing back any supplies they found.
Where should I look?
I sent them to Helios 1 to see if they had any supplies they could spare. They gotta be somewhere between here and there. I'd try searching the main road or checking with the men at Helios 1 to see if they know anything.
How about your missing men?
What do you want to know?
Oh.
Download complete. Begin recording. Navarro Outpost Scientist, I am glad that EDE has reached you. You will find several data banks of information on this machine. Please handle this information with the utmost care, as it represents the sum total of the results of my research on the Duraframe iBots. There are also several data banks with information on my research into Poseidon Energy, and some projects they were working on in the Mojave area.
Thanks, Eddie. Very cool. Head over to Camp Golf and continue the mission. For Bitter Springs. Why do you even need a programmer's digest? You're using a freaking typewriter, dude.
Wish I... Hot damn, look who it is.
Like how they have new dialogues for the idolized status. Captain Gills at Bitter Springs needs reinforcements. Can you spare any?
After what you did getting my misfits whipped into shape, yeah, I could spare a couple boys for Bitter Springs. I'll issue the dispatch orders.
Can see how fast travel works very well for these missions. Already discovered McCarran, so there's not too much issue. Alright, let's me go in the terminal building. Kinda wonder what's over there. Be a pretty good area to hide, like, some goodies, ammunition and weapons and stuff. Just 'cause it seems like a place players wouldn't normally go to. Would be nice if these arrows here had like different colors for maybe what you're looking for is in this building. Although when it does point to one of these dots or lines, that helps out a lot too.
We're all impressed with the work you've done for us. I thought you might be able to make use of this. It's a key to a little hideaway south of here. We've used it as a place for rangers to rest and resupply. I thought you might get good use out of it.
Captain Gills at Bitter Springs need reinforcements. Can you spare any?
Well, you have been a great help here, and with the saboteur dealt with. Yes, I think we can spare a few men. Consider it done.
Kind of wondering though, what's oh, it's in the supply cave. Oh, is that what the con stash is for? This mission here? Which unfortunately means it probably would have been better if I did grab all that Great Con supply stuff. Oh, come on, why you respawn? I do like how the animation of Boone shooting the ants cancels out the reload animation. Get wrecked. Oh, nice miss, dude. Stalkers mixed between wolves and rattlesnakes. What a freaking joke. I mean, honestly, what kind of asshole would do that? I would like to meet the kind of asshole would think of such a thing. Wonder if this game will ever get like a remaster. I mean, I don't think Bethesda would be at all interested in remastering New Vegas, considering it's sort of hailed as the best of the 3D Fallouts, and it's one that Bethesda didn't make. But it still would be pretty cool to see a version with some updated graphics. It's still very wild to think that this was made in like 18 months. That's not even 2 years of development, and they have made so much freaking content. Like, did you know that New Vegas had the most recorded lines of dialogue of any video game when it was released? Like, just the logistics of making that must have been ridiculous. But hey, you know, it's again considered the best of the 3D Fallout games and a lot of people's all-time favorite Fallout game. So it sort of paid off, even if it didn't really pay off, because Bethesda was being such cunts to Obsidian and withholding any bonus because the game was 1 fucking point off of the target Metacritic score. But hey, you know who's laughing now, Bethesda? Everyone thinks you're shit. Everyone thinks Fallout 76 was an abomination, and quite a few hardcore Fallout fans think Fallout 4 was an abomination. And now you've made DLC that's essentially a fucking battle royale in Fallout. Something people were joking about initially before the game was truly announced, and you made it a reality. You've become a living freaking meme. Then Obsidian announced Outer Worlds, and if it wasn't for their publisher and the fuckers at Epic Games, it would have like pretty much perfect press. Seriously, fuck Todd Weenie. I'm surprised I can carry that, considering the weight. Be nice if this was like a location you can fast travel to.
Never expected someone as famous as you to turn up here.
That
What can I
bottle
do
was
for you?
empty. And what do you mean you never expected me? You told me to bring you troops and supplies. Anyways, here's the supply caches.
Where did you get this? You know what? It doesn't even matter. Thank you. This will be a tremendous help.
These supplies are irradiated, but if we filter them with Rad-X, they'll be safe.
We do have some spare Rad-X in the supply tent. That might work. Thank you.
Now are things better?
Thanks to your help, I think Bitter Springs has a real shot at surviving. I can't offer much of a reward, but know that the NCR is very grateful.
I don't need any reward, just keep the people fed and healthy.
That's very generous of you. I appreciate it.
Got some karma. Yay. I'm a good boy. Or should I do this? Oh, there's one radio station I haven't discovered yet. Let's go do that now. I'm pretty sure I've got all the others. Again, it's not a very fun mission by this game's standard. Have I really not discovered this one? Because it's just like go to the place and deliver the thing. But it does kind of help you travel around and see all the sights, but you know, if you're in Forlorn Hope, you've probably done quite a bit of traveling already.
You're here to sell something. We don't want any.
Sergeant Reyes sent me here. Got a security update for your radio.
No problem. Hey, do me a favor when you get back to Reyes and tell her that we don't need any more damn ammo. Wouldn't mind more water, though.
Why don't you use your radio to fix your supply situation?
You think I haven't tried? Every time I do, Camp Golf acknowledges the situation. And soon after that, more ammo.
How are your water supplies now?
We're not gonna die of thirst anytime soon, but I'd rather have too much than not enough.
Since you have extra, could I have some?
It's not my call to make. You'd have to clear it with Ranger Erickson.
I'd gladly fight at your side.
It's important.
What brings you to Ranger Station Bravo?
Can I have some ammo?
You're not stationed here, but your rep with the NCR speaks for itself. It's mostly rifle rounds, but I'll throw in a few boxes of pistol ammo. I really shouldn't be doing this for you, but there's no way we're gonna use all of this or be able to carry it with us.
Why not? It's literally weightless.
Yep.
Alright. Traveling all around the Mojave.
Evening.
Oh. Hey.
Here's some radio security codes from Camp Forlorn Hope.
Oh, well, yeah. I can do that. Thanks. Watch out for Great Khans.
Fast Travel Nation.
This post isn't someplace a civilian ought to be. All right. She radioed ahead and mentioned that somebody was coming by. Odd that she'd send a civilian instead of a trooper, though.
All these freaking ranger stations. Alright, wake up. Why so many comm officers have red hair?
I'm not supposed to let civilians just walk around this place. There better be a good reason for you being here. Very well. You can tell Reyes that this station is secure.
Oh, I haven't discovered this one yet. But it's not one that's very far out of the way.
What do you want now? What, again? Didn't I just change those damn things? Alright, fine. Show me the new codes.
Let's see. Go from Novak. I think that's a safer option. Yeah, I'm on the right track. Heh, right track. All things considered, this is probably one of the most courier missions in the game. Going around and delivering packages. Up there's some Kaiser's Legion up there. Where are they going? Oh, probably to the raid camp. I've been there a few times, and I think every time I was the only one who left. Let's go deliver the goods before Boone gets trigger happy. Oh, you guys actually have a house to sleep in. Aren't you fancy?
McCarran doesn't like it when civilians wander into military outposts, so if you're here on business, better make it quick.
Well, I don't like it when every single comm officer inexplicably has red hair, except for one.
Simple enough to change? I doubt the Legion's listening in on us. They're not that sophisticated. But better safe than sorry, right?
What's that about, McCarran?
Radio signal out here can be pretty spotty because of all the hills. Sometimes our scheduled updates don't go through. When it happens enough times, they send someone over to check up on us. Lately, we've been getting extra medical supplies for some reason. I'm in no rush to give the supplies back, either.
Mind if I take a few?
I shouldn't have said anything in the first place. I'd rather not get you into the habit of crossing the NCR.
Anything unusual here?
All quiet at the moment. Ranger Beaumont is in charge here, but he's off leading a patrol.
Welcome back.
All the stations have been given new security codes.
Glad to hear it. I'll switch over all radio broadcasts to the new encrypted channels. This ought to help us stay a step ahead of any spies. Before you go, I've got another job available.
Alright.
We've received some disturbing reports from some of the ranger stations. Heavy casualties at Alpha, super mutant legionaries at Delta. The weirdest one has to be the Great Khans and their trained death claws at Foxtrot. These reports can't be accurate, can they? I know you've already been out there, but could you do me a solid and confirm these reports with the rangers who sent them in?
Alright, I'll investigate them and let you know if I find anything off about them.
Thank you, and good luck.
No sudden moves and you and I will do all right. What do you want?
You filed a report which said Legion super mutants wiped out an NCR patrol?
No, I didn't. You might hear that kind of nonsense from a drunk trooper on the strip, but not from me. The Legion doesn't have super mutants. That patrol was wiped out by its own incompetence. A couple of the troopers were fooling around with a grenade when it went off.
This is a military outpost. Why are you here?
Sergeant Reyes sent me. She's curious about the high casualties at this station.
High casualties? We've had one broken ankle, but nobody at this post has died.
Her information says otherwise.
Any injury, illness, or death gets radioed to Ranger HQ at Camp Golf. Chief Hanlon and his aides compile the reports and assign reinforcements as needed. And they're not needed here.
How could she be wrong?
There are other ranger posts around. Reyes might have mixed up the report.
Yeah?
Tell me about the trained death claws.
You must be mistaken. I haven't filed any report like that. Trained death claws? I would have remembered that. If someone is saying I filed that report, that's a load of crap. I won't have my name attached to a clerical error.
Welcome back.
The Rangers' version of the reports they sent to Camp Golf didn't match what you received.
I knew it. Every one of the false reports was signed off by Chief Hanlon at Camp Golf. But why would the Chief manipulate the reports? I need you to take everything we found to Chief Hanlon and confront him with it. I don't want to make this public unless we have to.
Woohoo! Level up. Let's, get that science up to 90. And get that up to 80 at least. Put the rest in speech. Those are the three we're going to be focusing on pretty exclusively from here on out. They're very important for what we want to do. Once we get those up, maybe we can put some in barter or guns.
Patrolling the Mojave, oh.
Wonder how many people they had say these generic dialogues. Speedrun strats there, nice little skip.
You've come back to see the chief. Nice of you to humor the radio tender. What can I do for you?
I'm investigating some intel problems for Technical Sergeant Reyes.
Interesting that she would wrangle someone else into sorting out the problem. But I suppose you're in the right place. A lot of intel comes through here.
Do you know anything about the problems?
I don't know Technical Sergeant Reyes, but coordinating intel can be messy sometimes. Things get mixed up, people get confused. Heck, I get confused, and I've been doing this for a long time now. What he or she sees as a problem might be standard operating procedure. That's not to say Reyes is wrong for being concerned, but it's easy for the sand to get in your eyes out here.
How do you coordinate the intel?
It's a simple system when it works. Patrol rangers radio intel to ranger stations. Comm rangers send the intel up the station chain until it reaches Camp Golf. Then I or one of the other rangers on duty organize the data, evaluate it, and send information to camps or troopers in the field.
Why don't the ranger station, can you give me any advice?
Well, the logical thing to do is to check with the patrol rangers and comm officers. Don't be too discouraged if some things don't match up. Different people see different things, and sometimes the meaning gets twisted, lost in static from person to person.
I know you're the one who's been manipulating intelligence data.
Hold on. If we're gonna have this conversation, let's go somewhere more private. Don't worry, not much bite left in this old dog.
Mate, we're literally the only ones on the balcony. It really couldn't get much more private. Get rid of that. I think every Black Ranger I've seen has a mustache. Come on, dude, go. Move it, old man.
Sorting and manipulating intelligence is what I do. It's what Rangers are supposed to do. This job isn't all gunfighting and gulping shots of whiskey, no matter what the boys and ladies out there say.
But you're inventing your own intelligence reports. I've seen the logs and talked to the Rangers.
You have you? Misdirection. When you're pinned down, outnumbered, and 2 days from any help, it's just about the best friend you can have. Misdirection's what saved me all these years. It's what saved us at Hoover Dam. But it's been 5 years now, and Caesar's right across that lake. He's closer now than he ever was before. I was a young man once. I know what it's like to want to fight for your home. But this isn't it.
Why did you do it? Wait, aren't you fighting for the people of New Vegas?
We're fighting on their behalf, but Mr. House and the families are stringing us up inch by inch. They'll drain us dry while we fight and die over this dam. We offered them sanctuary in NCR territory before, but they won't listen. Troopers and Rangers have been dying here for more than 5 years while the families sit pretty behind that damn wall.
How does spreading false intel help anything?
People back home don't listen. They don't care. Senators, Brahmin barons, folks who are just trying to make it from day to day. It's been so many years that people forget about it. Conscription brings in fresh troops that die here every month, like it's routine. And even if we hold this dam, what then? Are we gonna send the NCR's men and women to die here for another 5 years? 10? Patrol the whole length of the Colorado for hundreds of miles? holding this dam. It'll be the death of us.
But what does that accomplish?
Creating fear and instability among the troopers without causing harm. It's the only thing I could think of to shake things up. It took some people getting killed to realize I'd gone too far. I had to stop.
Why did you do it, even though I kind of already know why he does it?
It's never gonna end. This fight with Caesar. People back home don't know what these young men and women are in for. The Legion is the worst enemy we've ever faced. But we can't stop Caesar here. Not without getting a lot of good people killed. More than anyone cares to count up. But even if we do stop him, I don't see how we're ever going to be able to pull out.
What do you think I should do about this?
First thing that comes to mind is to turn me in. But that might not be the best play, all things considered. Even if your heart's in the right place, I reckon it might do a lot more harm than good.
Well,
fair enough. You want to do this the right way, go get one of the Rangers. Don't worry, I'm not going to run out on you.
Rangers, this is the chief.
Hey.
I know I can ramble on sometimes, but I need you to listen close for the next minute or so. I've got some bad news. I messed up. Made a mistake. I thought I could help us get out of here, but it didn't work out. I messed up. Made a mistake. I thought I could help us get out of here, but it didn't work out. Rangers get injured all the time. It's part of the job. But if you lose a few fingers and get a bad break, that's it. You step down. Rangers get injured all the time. It's part of the job. But if you lose a few fingers and get a bad break, that's it. You step down. We rely on each other too much to let our infirmities become a liability. The Ranger knows when it's time. Only I didn't. We rely on each other too much to
he's
let our
repeating
infirmities
himself.
become a liability. The Ranger knows when it's time. Only I didn't.
Hey.
Somewhere along
Evening.
the way, something broke inside me. I couldn't find his way out of this desert. I wrestled with it, and it took me down a dark road. Somewhere along the way, something broke inside me. I couldn't find his way out of this desert. I wrestled with it, and it took me down a dark road. I wish I could explain it to you. The old chief finally had lost for words. I wish I could explain it to you.
almost makes you wish for nuclear winter.
The old chief finally had lost for words. Send me all the Legion you can. I'll be waiting for them. Send me all the Legion you can. I'll be waiting for them.
That shot came from the chief's office.
What, that sound effect isn't gonna repeat itself? There you go. Hey Boone, got a fancy new pistol. That doesn't have much ammunition. Alright, so let's go to Helios 1. Not exactly the best way to end a mission, but you know, he did have his own reasons for all the misdirection.
What is it?
I went and check on the troopers sent from Camp Forlorn Hope.
Yeah, they were here a while ago. Gave them all I could, which wasn't much. But as many problems as we're having here, I know they've got it worse. I've seen soldiers get assigned there. It's like they got told they were gonna die. I wouldn't wish it on anybody. If you're trying to track them down, we put a GPS marker in the supply crate. You can track it with your Pip-Boy. Good luck.
Okie dokie. I wonder what's waiting for me over there. I think it's time to officially start pissing off the Legion. They have stood unirate with their jimmies unwrestled for far, far too long now. It is our duty as friends of the NCR to make them as ass-blasted as possible. I've become vilified by the Legion. Well, they were dicks anyways.
Nice to see a friendly face around.
Found the supplies you were looking for.
I take it my men weren't dead. It's a high price to pay, but these supplies will save a few lives here. Thanks for finding these. You should check in with the Major. I want to know about this.
Better move along. There's not much for you here.
Stay out of trouble. We have enough problems.
I'm not helping you, dickweed.
Patrolling the Mojave.
I didn't expect someone as famous as you to be here. Please tell me you're here to help.
You literally have seen me here before, dude. But I got some supplies.
I heard. The extra supplies will help for a short time, but that only solves one of our problems. With all the Legion raids lately, we're running low on troops that can still fight. Some are injured, but even more are dead. I want you to check in with Dr. Richards and see if he needs any help getting our troops back on the front line.
Alright, so that's how I do that one mission. Any more letters for me to pick up? It's a big book of science. You know, I honestly won't be against nicking this. There we go. Not the most polite thing to do, although it's kind of funny that you read a book and then it no longer exists.
I've got a lot to do. Make it quick.
You need some help, right?
With business booming like it is, and considering I'm the only person with medical experience in the camp, I could perhaps use a hand. Do you have any medical experience?
I have some medical experience, yes.
Excellent. As you can see, we have a lot of injured troopers here, and I haven't had time to look at all of them yet. Since you have some medical experience, I'd like you to examine them and see what you can do to treat them.
Okie dokie. This man's leg is seriously injured. It may require amputation to save him. Are you sure you want to attempt the operation? Medicine 50 required. Upon further examination, after cleaning the leg, you realize it cannot be saved. You carefully begin to amputate the limb. During surgery, you notice a man's hand is gangrenous. You amputate that as well, saving his life. Yeah, but look how shitty of a state he's in. And his leg...
Hello? Hi, are you there? Oh, right. You can't respond. Listen, I'm using your robot as a relay to get this message to you. I've picked up some unusual chatter regarding your robot. It seems that it has some information that we could use. Oh, wait, where are my manners? This is Lorenzo, a knight with the Brotherhood of Steel. We'd be very interested in examining your tech. Could you bring your robot to one of our patrols so they can examine it? I'll have the robot mark the location on your map.
Fuck off. But look at his leg. You know, it's still flesh exposed to the world. Even turn my Pip-Boy on to make it even more clear. A sad display. Alright, this man appears to have suffered a close-range blast trauma. His upper torso is covered in cuts and is severely burned. Improper treatment will kill him. Would you like to treat him? Medicine 75. You carefully clean the wounds and apply antibiotics before grafting the extra skin over the wounds. The patient will make a complete recovery. Hooray! Oh, I can actually take this stuff. It's probably for the cleaning if I don't have a high medicine or high enough. This man appears to be suffering from multiple machete wounds. Improper treatment will kill him. Would you like to treat him? I don't know, man. Is my medicine that high? You carefully clean the wounds and apply antibiotics before stitching the wounds closed. He will recover completely in time. Well, that's all they wrote. I did some good work here. A lot of empty syringes. Sadly, none filled with anything I need. Plunger and scrap metal. Don't mind if I do there, though. Bone saw. It's a doctor's bag. Blood pack, but those aren't very useful. Somehow they have an X-ray here. Maybe it's just for show. Where are you, Richards? There you are.
I've got a lot to do. Make it quick.
I finished looking at your patients.
Excellent job. Where'd you learn to do all that? I don't think I could have done much better myself. Very impressive. As for the men, they'll recover soon and be back on the front lines in no time. Huh. The circle of life.
Well, one of
I'll
them
send
won't.
word to Major Politely about your work here. Once again, you have my sincerest thanks.
One of them's, you know, kind of fucked. I don't think his NCR career is going to be going very far unless there's mechanical limbs and stuff.
Whoa, watch out!
Major, what are you doing?
We're kind of busy around here for social calls, so if you're not here to help out, just stay out of my way.
Finish talking to Dr. Richards, you dick.
Dr. Richards said you did a good job in there. That's mighty high praise coming from him. With the help you've given us, we're doing a little bit better, but we still have the Legion forces at Nelson to deal with. If we can retake Nelson, that will be a huge help to our efforts in this area and give us an advantage at Hoover Dam.
I'll need some time.
Come back when you're ready.
Since I'm already vilified by the Legion, why don't I head over and pay them a little visit here? Oh, shit, there's some troopers over here. Running away like a coward, huh? No ears? There we go.
When I got this assignment,
What do you need?
I was
That's
hoping there'd
weird.
be more gambling.
Patrolling the Mojave almost makes you wish for nuclear.
Hey there. The name.
Here's some ears.
Oh man, awesome. Competition is still going strong. Keep it up.
Wish I had a first recon guy.
I wonder if this could be like an ear farming spot. No, the only enemies seem to be wild animals out there. Alright.
Back already?
Do you have the troops to retake it?
Not really, but we don't have much choice. If you help out more around camp, I could spare some additional men for the battle.
Thanks again for finding those supplies. I've already started putting them to good use.
Oh, you really don't have much. Gonna grab these letters. Guys don't even give a crap, do you?
We won't go quietly. The Legion can count on that.
Everything else is empty, though. There's 5. Really, that was what was aggroing you, Boone? Really? I'll read what I have so far. To my dearest Ellen, we're in a tough spot here, and none of the men expect to make it out alive. Things look pretty grim. I'm writing this so that if anything happens to me, you know how much you meant to me. I was foolish to join the NCR and leave you behind, and I regretted it every second of every day that I've been here. My only wish now is to see you again and hold you in my arms. The only thing that keeps me going are my thoughts of you. Just know that I made mistakes, but you were the best thing that ever happened to me. I'm sorry, and I love you. Harry. If you're reading this, that means I didn't make it. I want you to know that you are the most important thing in my world. You are my sun, my moon, my stars. Even out here on the battlefield, I thought of you every minute of every day. At night, I put your picture on the bunk above me and look into your beautiful eyes until I fell asleep. Even though I'm gone, know that I'll always be with you. Just close your eyes and think of me and I'll be there, right by your side. Daniel. Dear Mom and Dad, if you're reading this, you know I won't be coming home. I'm sorry how this all ended. I'm sorry for all the times that I didn't listen to you. I'm sorry for storming out the way I did. But I want you to know that you're the best parents anyone could ever have. You gave me everything I could ever wanted. And I only now see that. Thank you for everything. Your son, James. Dear Ma and Pa, if you're getting this letter, then I'm sure you've already heard the news. I'm sorry, but know now that I'm in a better place. Tell Mikey I said that I did good, okay? You are the best family ever, and I hope I've made you all proud. Will. To my darling Gracie, know that I died fighting for what I believed in. I know you never understood why I had to do this, but I'm thankful that you supported me anyways. I appreciated every second, every letter you sent. They gave me hope when we had none out here. You were always the one thing keeping me going, and I wish to thank you for that. I wish that this could have turned out differently, but know that I loved you with all my heart. Jeff. Dear sister, They're sending me into the no man's land tomorrow, and by the time you read this, I'll be dead. That means that once again you were right and I was wrong. Ever since we were kids, I was always a thorn in your side, always doing everything you told me not to do. Now as I'm about to go off to my death, I realize you were only looking out for me all these years. I'm so sorry. I can only hope you can find it in your heart to forgive me, Kevin. To my brothers, if you're reading this, then I was probably killed by some slimy Legion scum who got lucky. Hopefully the bastard is dead and 6 feet under, but if not, you better avenge me or I will haunt you until the day you die. Quincy. P.S. Kill all the Legion dogs I wasn't able to. That's quite a series of letters. Were pretty freaking heavy for a video game, all things considered. It's certainly not the kind of notes you would find in Fallout 4. It's certainly not Fallout 76, but it really does do a lot to humanize these guys. Very well written, actually kind of reads like an actual letter someone might write when trying to contact their family and tell them the bad news. Some of them have a lot of regrets to them. Some of them are very accepting of their fate. One of them was, even sort of bitter, demanding a sort of vengeance for what has happened to him. But that's the thing, not every person is going to be the exact same. Different people are going to view their ultimate demise differently. And they didn't even, know for absolute certain if they were going to die, but they certainly felt that way given the circumstances. Never knows those windmills there. Let's go visit there. Oh, Cazadors. Oh. I should probably switch to a better weapon. Southern Nevada Wind Farm. Wonder if this is one of those real places in Nevada that they decide to incorporate, or if it's something new for Fallout, or if it's based very heavily off of a real place. Conductor. It's Dean's Electronics. I think that's a book. Yep. Makes my repair better. Is conductor what I need? Oh, I love this song. That's a fission battery. I think I already have enough conductors. Fission battery, fission battery. It's like you're trying to shit on my parade, game. I don't need your dang conductors. There we go, fission battery. It's also a weapons repair kit. Alright, that's good. See how many fission batteries we need? 4, and I have I have 1, and he has 1. Where's Boone?
Fine by me.
He has 2, so we have all we need. Alright, we'll finally get this fucking quest finished. It's not even on the freaking list. Let me tell you, that quest sucks ass. Alright, Boone.
Fine by me.
Lighten your load. Give me your... I think we need 2 of these. I'll grab your duct tape, fire hose nozzle, fission batteries. Need some pilot lights, pot, pressure cookers. Eddie. You fucker. Hey. Give her, big boy.
Howdy. Looking for Chow?
Crimson Caravan agreed to trade meat and spices at a generous discount.
You managed to swing us a discount and cover the majority of the meat supply we need. Good work.
Fixed the food processor.
Amazing. I thought that thing was done for. That'll help me transform what I can offer the troops. I'll give you a little extra discount the next time you buy food from me. Thanks again.
And I don't even get some experience.
Chow.
Ain't that a kick in the head?
Fine by me.
Here's your conductors back. Have some duct tape. Fire hose nozzle. You know what, actually, give me a scrap back. I'm gonna sell it to this dick. You can have your conductors though. I know you like your conductors.
Howdy. Looking for Chow?
Oh, you gotta be shitting me! Bloody fucking hell. Here. Like your fucking machine so much? Fucker. Well, not exactly the way I'd like to end an episode, but I think we have done enough to help the Mojave for one night. So
If you're looking for a quick stitch, That was a real honorable thing you done there, kid. Much appreciated.
Yo, hold on.
Do you require medical attention? Give me a shot if you need anything else.
Now you're the real MVP. And finally lose those freaking items. Except Boone and his conductors. He needs his conductors. Finally, that mission is done. That is probably like the longest mission that was, currently being done. Like, I'm actively looking for that stuff. in this Let's Play so far. But finally I can say that I hope you enjoyed the episode, that I gave you something to think about, and otherwise entertained you. Take